Hello everyone, welcome to the Web3 Education and Investment. Today in this video, I'm going to talk about the Parallel Finance and their product. Because I noticed there are still a lot of people ask me like how you can maximize the rewards, right? How you can stake the DOT and maybe earn some more rewards. Also some of you are still not familiar with how you can withdraw the DOT from the parallel chain to the relay chain. So today in this video, I'm going to give you a demo. And actually, this is just pure for the demo. I'm going to maybe waste more para for the transaction fee. For the educational purpose actually. So if any of you actually need a para, you can leave a comment and let me know. I would recommend every time when you do the transaction, when you stake, for example, don't stake all of the para. You should keep a little bit for the transactions. And also, if you transfer more than 5 DOT to the parallel chain, you are going to get the free para token. So that's just for your reference. If you really need the para, you can just transfer 5 DOTs. So right now, I'm going to show you first of all, how to withdraw the DOT from the para chain. So from the parallel chain. So this one, I do have it in parallel on the para chain, and there is no minimum, I think. So let's see. I am going to show you here is a 0.3959, right? So when I withdraw that's a maximum. So this is a maximum I can get. I can withdraw. So there's no minimum. I'm going to show you. Let's see. If I just put this one, so 0009, and this one, I'm going to cost actually this para is more than the DOT I actually will withdraw, right? So as I said, this is just for educational purpose, just show you if some of you are not familiar. And this will take some time, so I'm going to just go ahead and confirm. And so you do need to put your password. If we remember correctly, right? So there is a 9, so this 9 will be gone. And so later I should get 0.395. And here I'm going to get a little bit more. And so while they are doing the processing, I think it will just take a few seconds, but it may take longer time. But okay, so here this number is gone. If you notice that this number is gone, and the balance increased. Okay, so you may notice that this number in the parachain is already updated. So you get this number, but the number on the relay chain looks like it's still the same, if I remember correctly. And then now I can show you on the subscan, if I search, this is my wallet address. And so if you just search this wallet address, I'm going to update that again. And so if you search that, you are going to see the transaction, and actually there's no transaction recently. So that means what happened is they are going to update the DOT on the parachain when you do the withdrawal, but it will take some time for the DOT to come to your wallet. So it may take up to a day, I guess. So that's something you should keep in mind. Now I'm going to show you what happened if I transfer from the parallel, the relay chain, to the parallel chain. So I'm going to transfer again, I will transfer a little bit, 0.6. Okay, I will transfer a little bit more. Okay, 0.6, or maybe just make a small number, 0.01. Okay, and again, it's going to cost me some DOT. Okay, so this time I'm going to use some DOT. So you need to make sure you have some DOT in your wallet, and also make sure you keep at least 1 DOT in your relay chain, in your JS wallet. Otherwise, you will be you may have trouble, because that DOT will be needed to keep your account alive. And so I will just confirm that. And so now I'm going to sign that and watch if this number will be changed. So I'm going to sign that. It will take, okay, so you do notice this number updated, right? So it will just deduct this amount of dot, and let's see if that's updated here. Actually, it's probably not, right? So it's probably not 0.93. So yeah, probably not. So that just let's just go check the subscan again. Okay, so we do have one transaction now. So it goes from the XCM. So this is the protocol now. So they go through that, and then you do transfer this amount of dot to the parallel parachain. But again, it's not updated here yet. And so that just show you actually what happened when you do the withdrawal and when you do the transfer to the parallel. They're going to update. Actually, the transaction happened, but it will take some time for that amount of dot to be arrived in the target chain. So that's the first thing. And the second thing a lot of you ask is, what happened if I stake and if I stake some dot, for example. So if I stake one dot, right? You are going to earn some yield. You are going to earn some more dot. You are going to get the sDOT, and then use the sDOT, you can land that. And so a lot of you are not very familiar asking where can I see that? If I stake one dot, where can I see the sDOT is increased or decreased, right? It should increase by by nature if you think about that. But actually, what happened is here in parallel finance, we didn't update. I don't think parallel finance actually update the sDOT. What they did is they actually update the exchange rate. And so you could imagine when you swap that, you will swap one dot, you are going to get some sDOT. And then when you swap swap that back, so let's just show you. So when you stake one dot, you are going to get some sDOT, right? And so when you do the swap, one dot and the sDOT, the exchange rate is not exactly one. And actually here this one dot, you are going to get more sDOT, right? And so what happened is they didn't update the sDOT. They didn't directly give you a reward, but they updated the exchange ratio. And so when you get the sDOT, you swap that, and it would take maybe 1 day, 2 days, 2 days, you just leave it there, right? You get some sDOT. You are earning the fee. And so when you swap it back, so when you just go swap the sDOT to the dot, now if I swap that, I'm going to lose some, if you notice here. But as you just keep it there, this rate will be increased. And so this is how you are going to earn your rewards. It's not showing up directly, but actually based on the exchange ratio. So it's the same thing when you do the on stake. So this is sorry, not here. So when you do the on stake, so if you do the on stake, you are going to get more dot. So you're going to get more dot if you just stake there for a long time. And so here the on stake, the wait time is 29 days. So there is a cooldown period. And so you have to make sure you understand that. If you don't want to wait, actually, I think you can just swap. So you can swap the sDOT to the dot. But of course, the ratio may not be as good as on stake. So you may not lose some transaction fees, something like that. So if you notice here, so that's of course some kind of it's a balance, right? It's a balance whether you will just quickly get the liquidity or not. And there's another thing I would like to share is after you stake, for example, I stake the DOT, and I can do the money market. I can actually land that. So I land the sDOT. So here I land the sDOT. I click the connector. Now with this sDOT, I can borrow some more sDOT. So this more sDOT, for example, here I can get like at maximum 4.7, but I do stake like 9.4 dot. So I can borrow half of them. And some of you may ask like why you have this one, what happened, what kind of risk you have. So when you stake or when you lend, I don't think there's much risk, but when you borrow, there might be some risk. So for example, there's a health factor. It would just be the safety of your loan. So it's based on the amount like you borrow. So for example, like you have this sDOT, right? This sDOT you have is worth like $120. When you try to borrow that, let's say like if I borrow 4.7, 4.7, right? Oh, that's probably a bug. I cannot actually type the point. So let me just copy paste. I cannot copy paste. Okay, so that's probably a bug. So I can only put a integer. So I will just put 4. So if I put 4, you will see that like okay, I borrow this amount of sDOT, right? So it's probably like let's say like 50. I cannot click 50% as well. Okay, so if I just get half of them, so for example, if I have $100, I borrow 50. So the connector you have is sDOT, and that's $100. It's relatively safe because if the price of your like connector, let's say like a DOT, for example, if the DOT price for like or decreased 50%, then you will be in risk. You are going to lose all of your connector because the protocol, they are going to sell your connector. You borrow $50. Now your connector just worth $50. So they are going to sell that. So you will just get the DOT, right? So that's a risk you have. You're going to lose the original DOT you have. I mean the connector. But if you make sure, like if you are kind of be cautious, for example, if I just borrow one sDOT, so what happened? My health factor is quite high, if you notice here. And so I just borrow one sDOT. Let's have a try. Just give you a demo. This is for educational purpose again. So I just borrow this amount. And then I get the actual sDOT. And this actual sDOT now, this one like I borrowed one sDOT, right? I can land that again. So I can come back here and I can land this one again. This is going to get some actual rewards. And since I land this sDOT, you will see this one like actually increase again. So originally it's like 9 sDOT. Now I get 10 now. Okay, so that's just one thing like very interesting. I think I need to think about that. So what happened if now I can borrow more? So I automatically I can just keep going, right? So if I just borrow more, like I borrow one more like sDOT. So now you will see the health factor, the rate is a little bit lower because you already like use some of your connector, you use that and borrow some sDOT. Now you just keep borrowing. It's more like leverage. So you just use $100. Now you try to borrow another $50, and then you use that to actually earn some actual rewards. But anyhow, like you can see the borrow rate I pay here is close to 3%. that's a borrow rate you have, right? However, like when you land that, you get some very high like actual rewards, and these para rewards you can claim it here. So that's just something you have to think about when you actually borrow on the sDOT. Just be careful, okay? So just be careful. Right now, I just try to be cautious. I only borrow like one sDOT, and it should be safe, but I can never guarantee actually. So if tomorrow the price of dot goes to zero, of course not zero, so goes to $1, then I'm going to lose all of them. So I will not take the risk. I will not borrow a lot of them, but that's just something you have to watch for that. So every time when you try to do this kind of operation, just be cautious. All right, so I think that's all about today's video. If you like the video, if you feel this is useful, please subscribe and leave a comment. And so I hope I go over all the like difficult part about this kind of the parallel finance protocol, and also show you like I spend some parallel to cover the fees, and just show you what happened if you withdraw, what happened if you borrow and lend. Thanks for watching. Bye.